morning, metalheads of the internet, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Metal Meltdown. It's time. It's been time for a while, but now it's really time for Motley Crue to retire again. This time, permanently. Look, my feelings on Motley Crue, specifically on the Motley Crue reunion tour, are pretty well documented at this point. They were a gateway metal band for me. Despite that, I do not feel that they've aged very well. I thought it was a good thing that they retired back in, 2014 or whatever. I didn't hate The Dirt. I thought it was an okay movie. I didn't like the original songs that came on the soundtrack, but, whatever. It was fine for a little one-off. I didn't expect much to come of it. Now they've been back, and they've been around, and they've gotten worse and worse and worse, and there's been more and more drama, and it's embarrassing, and it's sad, and it's Motley Crue. I don't even know how really to phrase it, man. So for those of you who don't know, Motley Crue just played a free concert the other night in Kansas City, Missouri, as part of the NFL draft. As Blabbermouth writes, the band opened the 40-minute set with a public service announcement warning everyone of the Motley Crue cult taking over Kansas City, and went on to play a total of 6 songs: Wild Side, Primal Scream, Live Wire, Home Sweet Home, Girls, 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 and Kickstart My Heart. The Kansas City Chiefs cheerleaders joined the band for Kickstart My Heart, which is often played at home games at Geha Field at Arrowhead Stadium. Professionally filmed of Motley Crue's entire performance can be viewed on the NFL Facebook page for those of you who are interested. There's also some amateur footage down here below, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, there is. I won't be able to play any of it for copyright reasons, but yeah, I have seen the footage, and it's awful. I mean, of course it's awful, because Motley Crue's fucking awful nowadays. They're fucking terrible. They're a terrible live band. Vince Neil, as usual, sounding tired, out of breath, constantly. He has the energy and the stamina and the charisma and voice of a dying warthog. He sounds like he just got done destroying the buffet at the nearest Golden Corral or Ponderosa. He sounds fucking terrible. Incomplete verses, weird pitchy moments, all kinds of weird screams and yelps. You can hear him huffing and puffing constantly. Everyone else sounds fine as far as I can tell, but I've no reason to believe that anything they're doing is legitimate based on recent allegations levied by one Mick Mars, which we'll address later. Let's look at some comments from the NFL live stream of this performance, because it definitely seems like, the audience that this is meant for is not digging this, Daniel Carter, I remember when I saw Vince Neil, he fought his band on stage, passed out on the drums, and showed up on VH1, worst week ever, this is pure bad. They have to prove Mick wrong, or there's no counterclaim. Kimberly Davis, glad I missed that. And then there's hug emojis and shit like that. Jolene Faust, Vince really sucks. Cynthia Dennis Gasson, this was dumb. Why post the video without the audio? Ignorant. I guess there was an audio issue at some point. I didn't have that issue myself. That's a good problem to have, man. I wish they would start doing Motley Crue concerts without audio. That would be awesome. Damn, this shit goes hard. On mute. Steve Lehman, it was better without sound. Nice to know I'm not the only one thinking that. Silvio Ferrero, is that Bob Dylan on vocals? Asking for a friend. If Bob Dylan immediately went on stage after eating a fucking 16-ounce fucking steak, maybe that would be him. Bonnie Baptiste Bassett, better for Super Bowl halftime than the trashy ones being portrayed recently. Really? This is better for the Super Bowl? Really? L Bonnie. Yeah, this is less trashy than fucking I don't know, who even did the halftime show this year? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking give a shit. Whoever it was, I would rather watch that over this. So, L Bonnie. L's all around. Donna DeLong, was it live or was it Memorex? Hashtag Team Mick. Vince has never been a great live performer, but that was beyond horrible. Michelle Runtus, Ugg Vince, go back to no sound. Daniel Veras, where's Fallout Boy show? I'm wondering the same thing, man. I'll take anything over this. Brad Hilsenhoff, lip-syncing kings of the world. Paul Pereda, this is how pathetic the NFL has become. Holy shit. Devin Nee says, I've given Vince plenty of flack for his recent performance botches. This finale is one of his better efforts. Yeah, I'm gonna need to know what performances specifically you're comparing this to before I comment, because, I mean, this sounds awful. So if you're telling me this is the best he's sounded in a while, then holy shit. Cody Whaley, glad it was better than your show in Toronto last year. Hashtag sucked. Yeah, I'm not disappointed I missed that then. Rob Perrin, love how Vince is just making up lyrics. He really is, honestly. Like, he's just, like, totally fucking it up. Like, incomplete verses all around. Like, he can't go, when I get high on speed. He goes, when I get high. How he? Like, it's just noises, and it's nasally and annoying as fuck. Love this from Michelle Book. Millie Vanicki, blame it on the gain. That is straight fucking fire. I love that. That's great. That's fucking awesome. There's another one right underneath it. What's this one? Motley Food, featuring the hit singles Kickstart My Heart Disease, Eaten in the Boys' Room, Slice or Two of Your Pie, Dr. What does that say? Dr. Mealgood, and more. That's good. That's fire. Love it. 10 out of 10. I need more Motley Crue memes in my life. Do we have more? Yes, we do! Yo! Oh, that's great! Oh, that's kind of mean, but that's kind of great, too. Holy shit. Oh, this is officially just a Motley Crue... This is just officially a Motley Crue meme video. Big Mac, $1.03! Yeah, that's... I could picture him singing that. That's actually what he's singing. I'm not convinced. You already performed a farewell tour. A guy's gotta eat. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's... This is such an iconic photo right here. Like, Jesus Christ. That's not an old photo, too. I don't think it's brand new, but it's not old. Like, folks, this right here, this is why you eat your vegetables. This is why you work out. This is why you take care of yourselves, all right? Because you could go from fucking that to that, and you don't want that. You don't. Everyone ages. Everyone gets old. And for the record, we're not trying to fat shame here. We're not trying to body shame. But, I mean, Jesus Christ. Just look at this. Just look. Not everyone has the incredible genes of one Paul Rudd or Keanu Reeves and will look young and cool and sexy and thin forever. You gotta take care of yourselves, guys. Like, you just gotta. And this is fucking proof of that. I found this great side-by-side photo. This is Phil Collin from Def Leppard. He is 65 years old, and he is in great fucking shape. You wanna know why? Because he takes care of himself. He looks fucking awesome. He looks like, look at him. He objectively looks fucking great. I feel like I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. Let's go back. Let's go back to this. Another solid Motley Crue meme there from Michelle Buck. Kickstart My Hot Pocket. Jeff Becker, after all the talk about Nicky not playing live, it's strange how much they've turned up his bass line so they're almost overpowering, or maybe just easier to hear since he actually appears to be playing live. Vince is awful and John 5 is not nearly as good as Mick. Yeah, it is interesting how much higher the bass is in the live mix now. That definitely feels like them trying to, like, them trying to counterpoint, the whole thing. Nicole Burke, so sad to see John 5 with this train wreck. Would have been better if they just lip-synced. Jeff Hyland, Vince, why are you so out of time on everything? Think Nicky is going to speed everything up for you to get out of the stage faster. Holy shit. Michael Hawkshaw, looks like 40 years of drug abuse is finally catching up to the poor guys. It caught up to them a while ago. The difference is now people are really noticing. It's just that simple. Jeremy Sadowski, oh thank God there's no audio. Oh my God, wish the NFL fought this over more or they got them on the cheap. I mean, realistically, yeah, that's it. They got them on the cheap. You really think they want like Beyonce's and like fucking like Jay-Z's and Rihanna's and shit for the Super Bowl? That's where they bring out the big bucks. Alright? They don't give they don't give a shit. Of course Motley Crue played for cheap, you know? I mean, I'm sure they got paid something. I'm sure. But they know that, like, this is not going to draw the crowd that would normally be drawn for, like, a big Super Bowl performance. The only, like, rock or metal band that could draw that big of a performance for a Super Bowl halftime show, maybe Metallica. Maybe. And even then, like, you know, you're not going to get the people tuning in, like, to see Metallica the way you will to get to see fucking Beyonce. You just won't. It's that simple. I think you guys get the idea. Long story short, you know, the people that saw this, for the most part, didn't like it. They thought it was really fucking bad. There were plenty of positive comments that I skimmed over, and there were also plenty of comments that were just like, well, you're just a hater. You're a Karen. You're an elitist. This is real rock and roll. And fine, if you want to be wrong, that is your right. You have the right, the ability, and the freedom to be wrong if you want to, but you know, you're wrong. Just a heads up. And this is a good time to move on to the Mick Mars lawsuit, the allegations towards Motley Crue. This is from Variety. Mick Mars files lawsuit against Motley Crue, alleges the band is attempting to gaslight and fire him. Mick Mars, Motley Crue's guitarist of 41 years, has filed legal papers bringing deep and apparently hostile divisions between him and the other 3 members of the band out into the open. The suit only demands that the group hand over relevant documents about their businesses in advance of arbitration, but the wealth of details in Mars's filing offers a provocative look at the tension between him and the others, in what he says has been a pattern of, quote, gaslighting in an attempt to kick him out of the group. The paperwork was filed in Los Angeles County's Superior Court Thursday, filed through Mars's attorney, Edwin F. McPherson, and says the band has deliberately withheld information about the various Motley Crue businesses that he has a 25% ownership share in. Mars says that the band has demanded he sign a severance agreement that would divest him of those and other future interests in return for a 5% stake in the group's 2023 tour, which is going on without him. Beyond that, the suit immediately clears up what has confused fans since he and other band members issued conflicting statements last October. At the time, Mars issued a statement saying he was giving up his touring duties as a result of worsening health issues, but otherwise would remain a member of the group. The following day, the other members issued their own statement saying that Mars had retired completely from the band without qualification. Mars is making clear now that the band's statement was part of a campaign to oust him entirely against his will, and he does not intend to go quietly. The filing further alleges that the group, particularly Nikki Sixx, a leader of the band in business matters, had a pattern of belittling him for years, telling him he had cognitive issues and insulting him about alleged poor playing on tour, including the stadium outing he completed with the band in 2022. In return, Mars alleges that the other members of the group engaged in partial or complete miming on that tour, saying that he was the only one performing completely live from the top to bottom of each show. This is all pretty damning stuff, and obviously, I'm not a lawyer. I don't work for Motley Crue. I don't represent Motley Crue. I don't know any of these guys on a personal level. But I've no reason to not take Mick Mars at his word. He has consistently been a very honest, no bullshit guy. He's always struck me as the one who has taken Motley Crue the most seriously. For what reasons I do not know, but c'est la vie. And this also all falls in line with some other reports we saw last year of, like, you know, when Tommy Lee, like, he fucked up the intro to a song, but there was, like, still, like, a percussive track. Backing tracks are pretty normal in a live show, don't get me wrong, but it definitely raised a few eyebrows nonetheless. The fan base is obviously divided on this, but, you know, it seems like musicians are coming to Mick Mars' defense. Like, Stephen Pearcy from Rat, Carmen Appice, they've both kind of tried to back up a lot of what Mick Mars has said, and they've straight up said, you know, what Motley Crue did to Mick Mars was extremely disrespectful. This is going to end up getting really, really messy really, really quickly, too, because Motley Crue, from what I understand, is also working on new music with John Five, who, don't get me wrong, a perfectly talented guitarist in his own right. Y'all will probably know him best for his work with Rob Zombie. He's definitely the one probably getting screwed over the most here, because he's probably just like, man, I just want to play some fucking tunes. What is this? All this legal bullshit and all this drama, and Vince is out of shape? What the fuck is going on, man? Like, I legit feel bad for John Five on some level. Motley Crue's response so far has been to accuse, the lawyers in question, like, representing Mick Mars, of taking advantage of him. This is directly from Nikki Sixx. Sad day for us, and we don't deserve this considering how many years we've been propping him up. We still wish him the best and hope he finds lawyers and managers who aren't damaging him. We love you, Mick. Again, I don't know how much of this is true. This is something that's going to be tied up in the courts for a while because the American legal system is slow as fuck. However, I'm inclined to believe Mick Mars because he's a no bullshit motherfucker. The same cannot really be said for Nikki Sixx, who's kind of slimy, kind of a jerk. He's got a lot of issues. So yeah, in conclusion, Motley Crue sounds worse than ever, and you know, the drama is messier than ever, and it's more public than ever before. I mean, in the past it was just drugs and sex and rock and roll and being stupid, but now there's a lot of shit going on, and it definitely tears apart the image of, like, brotherly love and unity that Motley Crue has been trying to put out there for a long time. I mean, even in the Dirt biopic, they end the movie by being like, and then Motley Crue reunited, and then nothing bad ever happened ever again. And, you know, man, they fucked up on that. That didn't age well. They should have just played the Curb Your Enthusiasm music directly after that credits card, because holy fucking shit. They should add, like, a Marvel-style stinger, like a post-credit scene to the Dirt, where it's like, but then, all of a sudden, there was a lawsuit, and Vince Neil got really fucking bad at his job, and now he can't sing. Like, take advantage of this, Motley Crue. Do the Dirt. Do the Dirt 2. Do Motley Crue Infinity War. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Make that money. Let's go. If we're gonna be stupid, let's at least be fun stupid, alright? I definitely think the time has come for Motley Crue to just retire. This time for realsies. Like, they made a big public spectacle out of retiring a decade ago, and they sounded fucking terrible back then, too. I remember seeing them with Alice Cooper in, like, 2013, and they were fucking awful. It's one of the worst shows I've ever fucking been to. But they made this big spectacle out of that being, like, their last fucking tour ever. You'll never see Motley Crue again. They had a contract that all of them signed that, you know, years later they shredded up because The Dirt was, like, a minor hit on Netflix. That's it. And now this is their legacy. Their legacy is, you know, public spectacles that mean nothing, and messy performances, and lawsuits, and drama. Congratulations, Motley Crue. Do yourself a favor and just retire before this shit gets worse. Just fucking retire. Go, take your money, spend time with your kids, your grandkids, your friends, your family. Fuck this shit. Do the Dirt too. Fuck it. I don't care. Just no more performances. No more of this. This is sad. This is pathetic. And you know it. You gotta know it on some level. You can't be that fucking stupid. Alright, that'll do it for me. Oh, wow. I always forget about how funky that is on OBS. Can I still fuck around with this? Yeah, look at that. I can still fuck with this, too. Oh, ho, ho. Alrighty, then. Thank you for tuning in, folks. Let me know what your thoughts on all this Motley Crue drama and BS are. I don't know. Why not? Fuck it. I shared mine. You should share yours as well. Look, there's a button to... Nope, it'll be over here. Look, there's a button to subscribe, and as always, you have yourself a fantastic fucking day.